You know we ride them out, then we fly them out, import them and next.
Tjenare allesammans och välkommen till dagens avsnitt av CarSnipers. Vi är tillbaka i USA efter att ha varit i Sverige i 2 månader. Och finns det grejer att göra? Oh ja. Vi har en hel del bilar, en hel del paket som ska ner till hamnen. Och inte nog med det så ringer ju telefonen konstant just nu. För alla vet vi är tillbaka. Och vi börjar dagens avsnitt, eller många kommande episoder, genom att åka och hämta en VOLVO P1800. Detta är dagens avsnitt av CarSnipers.
Export them, that's what we about. Pull them polish out, without a doubt. Ship it with to your mama's house.
Ja, 3 timmar senare, eller 3,5, så är vi äntligen här och ska hämta en VOLVO P1800. Som ni hör, ljudkvaliteten är lite dålig i den här filmen på grund av att jag glömde ladda micken. Men ja, vad kan man göra? Det är inte så mycket åt och ni hör säkert vad jag säger, även att den här bilen låter sjukt mycket. Och jag får helt enkelt prata lite tydligare. Och det börjar bli lite mörkt. Det var verkligen på året. Bilen kom ut. Vi la ut den på import från USA på Facebook. Hade en kille, han ringde och sa bjud så här mycket. Och det gjorde vi. Vi fick ner priset. Nu är vi här sent på kvällen och hämtar första bilen sen vi kom tillbaka till USA. Ja, där är han ju.
Your destination is on the left.
Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
Great, thank you. I guess else back in here, right? Probably the best way.
You want to back in? Probably easier than, or...
Yeah, I back in. Nice to meet you, Sam.
I'm Ralph.
All right,
Nice to meet you.
I got this back. Ja, då är vi här. Ska backa in och får vi se. Se när vi är till kanten där. Sådär, då är vi här. Köper svensk bil i USA, det är ju häftigt. Och innan mörkret fall, så det är ju gött. Går vi och tittar vad han har att säga. We export classic cars, so it's actually going back to Sweden.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I got a guy, it's quite funny you say that, because there's a guy that lives in the neighborhood that's from Greece.
Oh, yeah?
And he really wanted the car. I'm just glad to hear that you're restoring it, because I had a couple of guys that were going to just crush it. They were going to take parts off
take all
of
the
it
parts
and crush the car.
you know,
And so,
you cannot find them anymore?
no, and that car's been in the family since '93.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad purchased it, and he had it, drove it for a little while, clutch went out. Then he was the first one that started the problem, let it sit for a decade, and it just went into the ground. So then I got it, pulled it out of the ground, brought it to my house. I powder coated the rims on it, so they don't even need to be redone. They're good. Did all the brakes, did everything like that. That was like 15, 16 years ago. Then I started taking the car shows. I'd end up leaving it at car shows because I couldn't get started with the SU carburetors. Guy in town told me, he said, put a Weber, 2-barrel Weber on it and you'll be able to drive it. Yeah. So I put that on there, put the intake, put exhaust, but I couldn't figure out the linkage. So then I took it over to a mechanic friend and it sat at his house for a decade. And it just slowly, and it just kept slow. And when it was here, it was in that garage back there. But when it was there, it stayed.
Sometime in the garage at least.
Yeah. When it was here, it was in the garage, but then it sat over there for a decade. And you said you've been here 8 years?
Yeah, 8 years.
So you were here during Hurricane Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was over at their house, and I was worried a tree.
Oh, I bet.
But luckily, no, nothing.
Oh, yeah, let's check it out, see what it is.
Like I said, what's crazy is that looks 100 years old, but that's all brand new. It's never even been ridden on the road
don't look that bad.
with all that on there.
All right.
I do have, I was going to just let you know, too, if you wanted to convert it, I do have the electronic ignition to go in the distributor. And just to let you see it, it won't start because the fuel pump, it needs a fuel pump. But it turns, and did I send you the video with it running? I was using.
No. Well, I don't.
I was using
did,
starting fluid. I was just squirting that in there so you could actually hear it running.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad. It's pretty good.
Well, that means you must have seen some bad stuff.
Oh, I see some bad stuff.
Yeah. It's mainly on the driver's side, the one, like the off of the frame that goes out that way to the side.
Yep.
That bar is kind of gone. But like I said, I tried to take as many pictures as I could underneath it. The trunk actually, what we were told, that is the original 1966 like tire and everything. So I left it alone. I didn't powder coat that rim. Well, when I went to car shows,
Yep.
you get points for that. You get points for fire extinguisher. You get
Oh,
points
really? Okay.
when you take it to car shows. That's the original SU carbs. I didn't get rid of anything because if anybody wanted, now that pipe, the pipe I did have to cut that just because what I was doing.
It's a pipe is a pipe.
Yeah.
Swedish people are extremely good at repairing cars and restoring cars, and they do stuff you never could believe. So I think this is gonna be,
I do need to get my tag off because it's a
absolutely
personalized. Well, that tag, last time it was on the road, that says
2009.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, and that's funny because everybody in Sweden, they always say, "Oh, I want the tag. I want to keep the tag on the car." And I say, "Well, it don't work like that here because in Sweden, the car or the tag follow the car around."
Really?
Yeah. And you always have two, one in the front, one in the back.
Yep.
So when I explain for them, no, the tag here is personal. Oh, really? Can you buy me another tag and put on?
If you see that one, you see what it says?
What does it stand for?
James Bond.
James, of course. Oh, I'm so stupid. I was like,
It took a while because,
JMC.
well, 007, all of that stuff was taken, and I wanted, because everybody always said this looked like a Bond car, even though Bond didn't drive. He drove Aston Martins.
Yeah.
The only person that drove this was the Saint, and but nobody knows this car. Everybody thinks this car is everything else between an Austin. It's been called an MG. It's been called a Ferrari. It's been called, yes. When I say it's a Volvo, they're like, a Volvo?
What is a Volvo?
Because everybody sees a Volvo as a box.
Yeah.
Because every other Volvo is a box. But to me, this car, even up against some American cars, has got some of the greatest lines. I mean, it's a beautiful car. I wish I had the money to restore it, but that vehicle you see sitting right there, I just put a Hemi in it.
Nah, you converted a Jeep with a Hemi?
Yeah, I put a Hemi
My
in
man.
So I can do mechanical stuff. It's the body work.
Yeah.
I can't touch it.
It just takes time, you know, you have to really try
and this right here kicked my butt trying to figure out how to make
adjust
this
it,
to pull. The other one pushed. With the SU it was a push, so I tried to turn this way, but then the rod is not long enough. So that's what really kind of almost got this car in the position that it is.
Okay.
I could not wrap my head around it, so I took it to my mechanic buddy and we had it over there. He goes, "Yeah, I'll help you work on it on the weekend." Because, you know, we wanted to do it together. And then here we are a decade later, and now you're putting it on a trailer. So.
and then in a container, and then across the half of the world, you know. But the nice thing is when you ship them overseas, they actually do something with the cars, you know. It's not like they just put it away and let it sit there because they have so much extra money into it. That it's
well, that's what the guy in Greece said. He said if this car was just even in running condition, he said it didn't have to be perfect. He said in Greece you could get about $40,000 to $60,000. Like I said, top from about middle of this way up is solid. There's no other. The top area there's no rust. I mean, it's just that bottom down from it sitting on the ground and not on concrete. Yeah. It's titled from 1993. And it's an old Florida title that you don't even see anymore. People look at that and be like, because it's even a tiny one.
Yeah. No, but it's just like you said, so we definitely have a deal. We're gonna get this paid and loaded up. And... Ja men skitbra. Det var ju en konstighet där. Han hade ju skickat oss jättemycket bilder och så innan på den här. Och vi har ju prutat ner den en hel del. Och han sa, bara åka och hämta den. Men vi kollar ändå över allting ordentligt. Och imorgon när vi kommer hem och det är lite ljusare ute kommer vi också ta en massa bilder och skicka till han så han verkligen ser vad allting är också. Även att vi fick den väldigt bra beskriven innan vi åkte dit. Så nu ska vi betala lite och sen lastar vi upp.
Honestly, it's really means a lot that you are actually gonna actually get it back on the road. I mean, it's like it has a lot of sentimental value. My wife really didn't want me to sell it, but I'm like, I don't have the money and the time to put it because I do too many other projects because I deal with cars all the time. I got a '84 Trans Am that's back there in that carport that I'm working on also. I got a '69 Firebird that's over at another place.
No, you know, stay in touch with me, you know, get back in about a year or so, and I get you pictures of it when it's done.
I would love that. My dad would love that. My dad will, because he loved that car.
Yeah,
so.
no, and you know, that's what I like about this, because we don't yank out the cars. A lot of people are like, we just sell it in parts. I know I can make money selling it in parts, but if it's back on the road, it's going to be there for another 20, 30 years, you know?
Exactly.
So it's a fun, that's what I like about this. And we didn't even try the trailer before we left. Got a little nervous there.
Yeah.
Ja, trevlig kille. Det här blir skitbra tror jag. Det är ju lite sådär, man vet ju inte om grejerna funkar när det har stått i 2 månader.
So what's the YouTube channel? Det där gick ju skitsmidigt och lysen funkar, motorn går runt, alltså jag är riktigt imponerad. Det är ju rosten då. Och det får man ju leva med. Alltså ska man köpa billiga bilar då får man nog se till att göra lite plåtarbete också. Supertrevlig säljare, den har varit i familjen hela livet och ja, nu ska vi bara spänna fast den, släppa ner släpet, vänta på papperna och sen åker vi hemåt. Varför vill den inte göra det? Ström har vi ju. Jaha. Vad gör vi nu då?
Det går inte att veva för hand.
Aldrig kan det vara enkelt. Fan är jag som är dum i huvudet eller?
Du satt ju i en skruvmejsel förut.
Ja men det är bara här. Det är bara till Vindsjö. Och ström har vi, annars har inte den lyst. Välkommen tillbaka till USA. Okej. Ja, vi får inte ner den. Men vi hittade en manuell lösning här. Så det går nog.
Well, come back here and look at this Harley.
Okay, we got a Harley to look at too. Yeah, and this was the one you put the hammer in, right?
Yeah, I'll show you that real quick.
Han stoppade en hemma i den här.
It's called the Hulk, you know, from
Yep, the movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah. That's tight though.
Yeah.
That's really damn tight.
Yes, trust me. I got it covered because I got it on Facebook. I'm trying to sell it, but it's froze, like the engine's froze up. But that's the engine training. That's out of my daughter's car in Acura. I'm always doing something, that's what I'm saying. But this is,
Soft tail.
yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful bike though.
Yes.
Do you know
It's got-
what
it does have the, what's it called, the Screaming Eagle package with the exhaust, the carburetor.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Yeah, Screaming Eagle. It's supposed to have the fatter tire on it. It's got,
these pieces?
yeah. The only thing is this, is you can start seeing a little bit of pitting.
Yeah, a little corrosion.
That need, you can probably do some buffing and polishing.
This
and-
is some very nice paint though.
yeah, the paint
the little
is
red in it.
original, yeah. It's got a pearl.
You can catch that. Yeah, that's nice. Well, I ask around and I see what I can do, you know?
Okay.
We're not far away from each other. Normally we drive to Kentucky and Tennessee and out in the middle of Oklahoma. And
You'll see my other project is back here. Well,
okay.
it's if you remember or if you ever saw the TV show called Knight Rider
Yeah,
with David Hasselhoff.
yeah.
Yeah, well that's what I'm gonna do. I have the front end over there
Okay.
and it's gonna go, that came out of the original mold from the TV series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that'll-
Hell yeah.
That'll go on there.
All right.
And that's got a Chevy 350 in it. So,
Well,
like I
you
said,
know,
project.
For a lot of people, this looks like, wow, you can never get this together, but it's not that much work.
No,
Yeah.
this I'm fine. This I can handle.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
people get so scared, you know, as fast as it's picked apart, but I say that's okay. You just have to put it back together. Did you
Correct.
like Lego when you were little? You know?
This car I bought when I was 18 years old.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I drove it for 10 years. So from 93 to 2003,
Yeah.
I sold it to a guy. And I told that guy, when you get ready to sell it, call me. Because we had kids, like my first child came in 2002. So about 15 years later, he called me. He said, I'm ready to sell it. So I went and I bought it back from him.
Good
15
for
years.
you. Good for you.
So,
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
When are we planning to have it done?
well, I don't know.
A
My
decade?
life, yeah. No, luckily, at least that's not on grass. That's on dirt, so
Yeah.
it's not going to have the humidity and all that. So,
Well, man, it was a pleasure to meet
yes,
you.
it was a pleasure.
Thank
Now,
you
is
very
this
much.
your other?
Ja, exportfromus.com. Okej, då drar vi tillbaka till skogarna i Trenton efter ett lyckat köp. Och vi fick ner släpet också. Vad kan man säga? En lyckad resa tillbaka till huset. Allting för dagens avsnitt. Ses vi nästa. Hej hej!